Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and go ahead and hit that share button if you haven't already. All right, today we're going to be talking about self-retention and no-fap, and the importance of self-retention and how it affects you mentally, physically, and spiritually. And then I'm going to go over the foods that I suggest that you eat while you're going through this process. Now, when you are doing a self-retention to where you're paying attention to yourself, you're basically are not going to be dating at all. You're not looking to date. You're not looking forward to dating. During this process, you will strictly be focusing on yourself and not adult movies as well. No adult films and no dating. This is strictly something to make you better as a person that has a lot of benefits in it. You probably heard about it, or this may be the first time of you hearing about it. But we're going to talk about the ways that it affects you. When you start focusing on yourself, it is the ultimate way of self-control. When you learn self-control will affect your mentals very well, because self-control will create less anxiety and less depression. It would make you more motivated to seek out your dreams. This is how it works. When you're disciplined, you force yourself to only worry about self. So you worry about your dreams and whatever comes with your dreams. When you do not have self-discipline, you fall under the agendas of fitting in with everyone else. So if you hang around people that are constantly in relationships, you're going to constantly be chasing relationships. And a lot of people are under these agendas and they're constantly hitting brick walls, or they end up in relationships that they're not even happy being in, but they stay in them because they don't want to be lonely. Okay, when you practice self-retention, you're going to be disciplined enough to only focus on yourself and not a relationship or the agendas. A lot of people face anxiety because they have so many thoughts going on, trying to figure out how they're going to live out their agendas. And when they cannot live out their agendas, then they become depressed. A lot of people are depressed because they can't find the love of their life. They're depressed because they can't get the job that they want, so they catch anxiety trying to figure it all out. What you need to do first is forget about the agendas. Focus on yourself, all right? Just yourself. Once you focus on yourself and you're disciplined enough to not chase the agendas, then that's going to release the anxiety. As you get motivated, you have to start picking up new things in your life. You have to start putting ideas in your life. You have to start chasing those dreams, which means you got to do your research on Google. And these things are going to help you the moment you stop trying to chase the agendas, the moment you stop trying to chase the women and stop trying to chase love. Focus on disciplinary action of self-retention. Next, how it affects you physically. With you not being sexually active, that's going to cause your testosterone levels to increase. When your testosterone levels increase, more sperm is throughout your body. When you're doing a retention, none of that is going out. So you have to understand the no-fap. You cannot be watching adult movies at all, because what you need to increase your testosterone levels actually has to stay inside of your body. You can't get it out. So you need to stay away from the adult movies so you don't end up ejaculating out and getting rid of everything that you need. As long as it's inside of you, your body is going to function differently. Your voice is going to get deeper. Your muscles are going to get bigger, faster. That's if you don't do any cheats. Now, there's a lot of cheating out there that could put the muscle on as well. But it's going to be easier for you to actually put on muscle and actually get physically fit whenever you're doing a self-retention and you're no-fapping to keep it inside of your body. Now, spiritually, how does this affect you? This affects you because you become one with yourself, all right? You become a deeper person. You become a more grounded person, which typically happens with men when they start getting over that 30, when they realize, all right, I'm learning more about women. Now I'm gonna focus on what I wanna do to make me happy. So when men start making themselves happy, they just start gaining knowledge and gaining knowledge. The more knowledge that you gain, the more grounded you are with life. So when it comes to even interacting with women and the average person, you're a step ahead of them, because they're gonna feel your confidence and they're gonna feel your happiness without you having to even tell them what you've been doing in your life. See, this retention forces your body to think and act a certain way. This is why a lot of boxers, gymnastics, people in sports, they practice retention and no sex before big matches and championships, just to allow the testosterone levels to build up so they're more aggressive and their brain stays more focused. Majority of boxers out there are going to do this before they get in the ring a month ahead of time, just so their brain, their body is at its toughest. It's the same thing with a person living day-to-day life. You're gonna be your toughest, but you have to understand, it's no-fap, no adult movies, no getting it out of you. Now, my suggestion, whenever you are doing the self-retention and no-fap, is to change your diet of what you're eating. Me personally, I'm a vegan. I do not eat meat whatsoever. What I eat for meat is tofu. And I eat Beyond Meat, and I take a lot of sea moss. And this is sea moss. I'm gonna leave some description there about sea moss. All right, sea moss is a seaweed that you can only get from the ocean, and you have to order it unless you live near the Caribbeans. You would not walk in any grocery store and get sea moss. You want to research sea moss. It has 92 minerals out of the 102 minerals that your body needs. I take that every single day. No elbow pain, no sickness, good skin. I'm talking energy throughout the day. I mean, just constant energy. This is how I knock a lot of these videos out. It's because I'm drinking sea moss every single day. And then, of course, you want to take your fruits. You want to take your vegetables on a day-to-day basis. Now, when it comes to the meat, I don't push veganism onto people. So I'm gonna recommend, when you're going through your retention, eliminate beef. Eliminate the beef, because beef has a lot of steroids and estrogen in it. Stick to fish and chicken. I'm not gonna tell you to eliminate that, because that's a whole nother story of if, and, ands, and whys. I'm not answering all them questions in the comment section. It's simple. I suggest fish and chicken and no beef. Beef has a lot of estrogen and steroids in it. There's no point of going through a retention and putting estrogen inside of your body. It's only gonna make you big and weak. You must eliminate the estrogen. When it comes to your chicken, try to get chicken breasts that you can boil, chicken strips that you can boil, chickens that you can boil. And the reason why you want to boil it is so you can get all the bacteria, the estrogens and the steroids out of the chicken. It's easier with chicken to boil it and remove most of that. Most fish do not have steroids or estrogen in it because they would die. Fish are one of the most natural things on earth that requires to be clean in order to stay alive. Most fish are. Now, when you start getting the catfish and those are nasty fish, but your typical salmon, trout that you're gonna eat, you could pretty much eat that clean. Try to change your diet. Fruits, vegetables, chicken, fish function very differently. Now, we're gonna go into when you get in the gym. There's a lot of guys out there, right, that are scrawny, that are gonna be doing this. Now, all you skinny incel guys, all right, when you practice retention, it can work out in your benefits. But I'm gonna give you some tips that a lot of people in the gym and a lot of people on TV are not telling you. From an incel, if you really want that extra oomph, you wanna go to the doctor and get HGH, human growth hormones, all right? This is going to be the most naturalist way for you to put on weight. Or you could go to Amazon and look at HGH, human growth hormone. You could start off there while you're doing your retention, and that'll help you to put on a little bit more weight, but still keep your body in a more natural state of mind. A lot of guys that having a hard time put on weight, they run out and get the steroids. They run out and get the testosterone boosters. You know what I'm saying? That stuff's gonna have bad effects on it because you have to take estrogen blockers in order to stop you from being sensitive. In a lot of cases, estrogen blockers do not work. This is why you have a lot of bodybuilders and big guys that are real big, but they're sensitive as women because they still have a lot of estrogen in your body. There's no point of you trying to increase your testosterone levels and ingest estrogen. It's gonna make your voice lighter. When you're doing a retention, your voice is going to get deeper because your testosterone levels are going up. If your voice starts getting lighter, but you continuing to grow, too much estrogen is inside of your body, all right? Next, you want to, as the scrawny little white guy now, that's real skinny, now we're going into just white guys. A lot of white guys don't understand that. When you see another white man with a lot of muscles and kind of that toned look, a lot of these guys in Miami, LA, a lot of bodybuilders are not going to the tanning salon. They're getting melatonin 2 shots. That's where they get the shot put inside their skin to darken their skin up to give them more of a solid look so their muscles pop. None of these guys are going to the tanning salon, but they got you thinking that they're going to the tanning salon to pull off that look. No, as you grow to get out of that pale look with muscles, go to the doctor and get yourself a melatonin 2 shot to darken your flesh up to give you a fuller look. All right, down this retention road, remember, it's gonna help you mentally get better, less anxiety, less depression. It's gonna help you physically grow, get your body in shape, get more muscular to look, and you're gonna be spiritually grounded with yourself, which makes it less distractive to anything else, and you can stay focused and keep your eating habits good and clean. Fruits, vegetables. If you're a vegan, we already know the benefits of being a vegan. When it comes to the chicken and fish, that's where I would keep it. Don't ask me about no other meat. Don't get in this comment section. What about roast beef? What about tuna? What about this? Simple. Fish, chicken. Whatever fish you want to eat and whatever type of chicken. Fish, chicken, but boil the chicken. All right? This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you got the message. Hasta la vista.